Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to Fix This First. I'm Tracy with the wonderful Karen. And today we're super, super excited to have Liuver here to visit. I did good on the name. He has an amazing business and probably a place everybody wants to live. So take it away. Tell us a little bit about you and your business and about what brings you here today.
Hey, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm super excited to be with you today on this amazing podcast. So basically, long story short, I'm from Cuba. I'm Cuban. I've been in the States for 8 years now, and I'm a full-time real estate investor. I've been a full-time real estate investor for 2 years and a half. I'm a former software engineer, UX designer. So I like to organize things and make them easy. That's what user experience designers do. So I think that you saw my spreadsheet that I have all my deals, my pipeline. I'm gonna send it if you don't have it. So basically, I'm a full-time investor. I know that it's not allowed to say for us in the mastermind. It's not allowed to say that we do all, but that's my case. I do a little bit of, not a little bit of, I do a lot of everything. Why? Because I have really good partners and teams on my side. I don't let any opportunity go. If it's a sub two, I love to underwrite deals. So a lot of deals come to me like for free. I don't do any marketing on the acquisitions. I've been in the market for 5 years on the real estate arena. So people knows me. You know, you get that momentum when you do the right thing for years and years, and you get out there and people knows you. People want to get paid. So hey, let's go to Liuver. If we say yes, we're gonna get paid. Actually, that's kind of my strategy on my real estate kind of business. Is like going chase relationships with wholesalers, with newbie wholesalers, add a lot of value, and with agents, so they know that they can come to me and bring me deals.
So pipeline is not the problem.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I know that we are here to solve my bottlenecks. So let me explain my business, and I will tell you what I feel. You know that sometimes even the business owner that is inside the business working, sometimes we don't see the real issue. So I'm going to give you the issue that I think that's the issue.
Okay.
So basically, I take the deals. I get I will say 3 to 5 good deals a week.
Wow.
And I don't buy them all. That's one of the issues because I don't have the right financing yet. I use a lot of hard money loans and gap lenders, super good gap lenders. And that's one of my issues, that I need to learn how to raise capital on a bigger level, on a higher level. I started raising capital 6 months ago, and I've raised close to $1 million because I have the deal, right?
Right. Yep.
So I take the deals. I love to underwrite. I love to find a solution, right? If I see it's a sub two to seller as a wrap, I will go. If I see that it's a sub two to seller as a flip, I will do a sub two flip. You see, if a cash deal, I will do a cash deal. I mean, you name it. I'm doing new construction. I'm doing cash. I'm doing creative, like all of the above. On the back end, I have great partners. So if I have to fix the property, I have teams, people that I trust. That's another thing that I'm doing in my business as a principle. I will call it a life principle. I trust people, like from start. I trust people, and then I trust them until I'm done, right?
Yep, same.
It works.
I'm on the board. Yep.
It works 80% of the time. But 20%, the 20%, it hurts when people that you trust do things that you're not expecting, or they betray you, but I focus on the 80%. With partners, with the lenders, with the contractors. I've been scammed so many times by contractors that I have my own crews now. So I have the teams to fix the properties.
Nice.
I rehab the properties. I refinance or sell them. When I'm refinancing the properties, I will go again. I don't like to call myself stuff, but I love to underwrite. I have a super skill of underwriting based also on experience. I've tried so many things that I know the actual numbers in my market.
So you have experience.
I do co-living.
Yep.
Yes.
You do co-living
and
now.
Based on bad experience, which I believe that's the greatest of experience, because you learn a lot when you fail.
Right. So you
And
have a full, complete business. You don't really have any gaps. You've expanded to all these different verticals. You haven't niched down to one thing that you love. You have all the systems. You love the underwriting, so you don't normally get it wrong. Sometimes there's some bad characters, so that's fine. You have the money. You're getting more. You have all the lead flow. That's good. You have all of the organization, it sounds like. Okay.
mhm.
I don't see a problem. Is this the day for Karen, or is there a problem in there?
No, everything still depends on me a little bit. So that's the issue.
The
Right?
Not
So
everyone's going to be as great as you. That's it. Yeah.
yes, that's the issue because now my focus is on grow, getting bigger deals. I'm jumping into commercial. So on the back end to finish kind of my story, and my kind of my business structure, I have a bunch of co-livings, Airbnb, Section 8s, long term. I do house hacking. I'm partnering with BAs. I partner with the RTC companies. I'm always looking because, again, another thing in my business is relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I have 13 projects active, like rehabs to flips or to hold.
Mm-hmm.
The
Do you
way
have
I'm being
staff?
able,
Do you have staff
my
other than
wife, that I will,
contractors? Okay.
yes, I have a project manager, one project manager, and I have my wife that she's kind of the operator, executive assistant. She's helping me. I have an operator that I just hired from TC. I mean, from top tier TC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of working that, but I feel that I need someone with more spark.
Okay.
So what I feel that my bottleneck is that because I want to grow faster, bigger, because I'm good at creating relationships, I'm good at making friends. People trust me as I trust them. I need someone to take care of my backend because I see it suffering right now. Previously, my rentals, my co-livings, my Section 8, they will. If I was putting leases myself. Doing everything kind of myself
Right.
as any real estate investor.
Mm-hmm.
The minimum I will say vacancy that I have is like 15 days. Now my properties, they usually have between month and a half, and in a time frame. Why? Because I'm not there. I'm kind of like trusting people, but I still have to be there,
Yep.
like working with them. So I feel that
You're in
that's
Miami?
one of my
Are you in
bottlenecks.
Miami?
Texas.
Texas. Sorry.
Houston, but Miami. No, it's fine. I'm Cuban, so
Oh, Cuban.
about
That's what I thought. Texas is good too.
I need
Land
to.
of the
I have
free.
actually those are my two. Those are my two markets, and I
Yeah.
need to invest in Miami. It's in my blood. I need to buy
Yes, it
properties
is.
there.
It is. Karen loves Florida until she was there for a hurricane. And that's her.
You have to. You need to have something bad.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
your con.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, Karen's great at this stuff, but so, it sounds like you're having growing pains, which is now you have to like not rely on you and you have to like figure out how do you outsource. It's not like money's a problem. It's not like leads are a problem. It's not like flow is a problem. It's not like you don't know what you don't know. It's now how do you get, and this is true for business owners like that are trying to sell, like how will I get the information in my head into their head? How can I know that it'll continue? And so I think Karen's the perfect person to talk about. Karen, I'm going to shut up so you can ask.
Okay, so let me just ask a question. Okay, and your background is amazing for this. So UX engineer, honestly, I am pretty sure you've got everything documented. You know exactly all of the workflows, all of that needs to be spot on. Or have you?
50-50. 50-50 because I'm a visionary with operator too.
Mm-hmm.
But I quickly realized that my real value was on the visionary side, creating the relationships, going like pulling my company. And I don't have that 100%. I do have 50. I would say 50, but 50. I need to create the SOPs. I don't have those.
Oh, you don't have those. Okay.
They're all here.
What about your tech stack? So what kind of back office systems do you use technology wise? Have you got a CRM system? Do you have project management tools? All of those types of things?
I have a basic version of Go High Level only because I have a bunch of different areas on my real estate. I'm also an agent with EXP with a team of agents. I'm like a little base model with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I want to be. not hoping, I'm working to be like a big base market.
Mhm.
So I have a bunch of numbers, but my biggest automation is reply. That's my biggest automation. It's like, hey, I cannot answer right now.
Yeah.
I'll call you later.
Okay. So,
And I have Monday. And I have Monday.com that I just purchased it through my operator. And I purchased Pace's system in Monday.com.
Oh
and
yeah, he built out an automation that you just
Yes.
Mhm.
so, and
But
is
I'm
your
not using it.
are they going to set it up for you, your operator, or is it your project manager going to set it up, or is it just like you?
My operator will set it up. Yes.
Okay.
But I feel that she's not too techy that as I would like.
Yeah.
You know, that the dream for every like visionary is like, yes, I will find an operator. I will tell them what to do and they will do it. And I should not even tell them. They will tell me.
They'll just do it. I
They
know.
will tell you. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
elusive Molly unicorn that we're all looking for.
Well, we have a few unicorns. I specialize in unicorns. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so what other thing then, just a quick question then, is do you want to grow your staff base? Do you want to have more people in your organization? Or do you want to keep it lean where actually there's more automation rather than humans? What would good look like?
Like a balance, depending on the, I don't want to grow. So if I add a lot of staff without having the right kind of business, like income or cash flow, I know that I'm gonna get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Because I will have people depending on me.
Yeah.
So like a balance between automations, AI, systems, and people.
Okay. Okay. And that's fair. You just got to make sure that that balance grows with you. Okay. So, I mean, I personally, in my business, I know I don't want a huge pool of stuff. I don't want the overheads. I don't want the expense. I don't want the responsibility. That's the bit that keeps me awake at night when somebody's mortgage depends on me doing the next deal. That to me is just not something I want to have on my shoulders. Okay. So the way that we've approached the business that Tracy and I run and the way I run my business, and we were trying to get Tracy into this space, is we work with a lot of fractional experts. So my recommendation for you would be to pull on the different levers as and when you need them. Okay. So you might start off with we're working with one lady at the moment where we're sending an analyst in. So you know what an analyst will do with your background. It's literally interview stage. Okay. So it's understanding exactly what you do, understanding exactly what's automated and what's not. And once you get past that interview stage, the heat map will show you where your pinch points are, where you exactly need to focus. Okay. Because you could go after absolutely everything, but this podcast is fix this first. So it's like, which is the one thing that we've got to go after? And the heat map will show you what's that one thing. Okay. It could be a drain on your time. It could be where it's costing you money. It could be, if it's a real sweet spot, it will be a drain on your time and it's costing you money. So we actually fix one thing, but you get double the result. Okay. So you need to work with somebody who will just basically sit and talk with you and understand exactly what a day in the life looks like. Okay. So what do you actually do? And what is all in your head? What can you outsource to somebody else? What should somebody else be doing, but they're maybe not doing it? And that's certainly to the kind of standard that you want. And once you've gone through that exercise and you understand where those pinch points are, then you pick that one thing and you get that done. You get that done really, really quickly, probably 2 to 3 weeks, and then you move on to the next thing. And before you know it, in 6 months, you've got a plan and you've executed on most of that and you're ready to scale. That makes sense.
I love it. Yeah, totally.
And but also too, I mean, so I think the fix this first is getting an analyst, like getting somebody, and it's probably not your TC, right? Because I don't know that they're all that assertive, right? We want somebody, generally speaking, who's just going to come in and see all the problems and just take care of them, right? That's kind of the ideal of what we want. But the analyst would kind of like identify where they are. But the other thing I wanted to point out too, they'll also probably show you, because you're in it, where it's not worthwhile to spend your time. You do all the things, but they don't all pay you back in the same person, right?
I know. I kind of I mean, when I say I know, it's like kind of I know, but I need the implementation. I need to find that missing link that's the person. Even I made myself remove the pad split app because I have 14 pad split, and I was still even making multi-million-dollar deals and still replying on pad split. Even my wife is there. I have another person, but I was called to reply and handle the drama of those tenants. No, let me erase that. Let me close my eyes, and
All right.
I don't want it anymore. I kind of
Yeah.
put the pressure on my people to do the work, to
Mhm.
respond. And I don't have also because I'm a new. I mean, I came from Cuba. I never had like a business before. I mean, Cuba is a socialist country, zero business mindset, zero business like knowledge. So I need to work on the how do I need to how can I pay my people the right way so they don't leave, right? And also work on the money side because if I'm buying, I don't have enough cash flow to pay an A player.
Yeah.
I need an A player, but I don't have the money to pay an A player.
And
I believe that.
that's where fractional comes in, because you can get A players who are at the top of their game working in corporate America, and they can come in and work for a few hours with you. And the benefit, the impact is as if you have a full-time Z player on your team, but you're paying them, a decent wage. Just for everybody's benefit, when you say you've got a TC, what exactly does that mean?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Transactional coordinator
Yeah.
for the deal specific. But I have the DC, they're trained to be operators too, right?
That's that's one of the benefits was that we were promised that they would in Owners Club in our community, we were promised that we would get connected with people who were this is their skill set, right? They're more integrator than visionary. Because the reality is there's 95% visionary in Pace's world in our community. And so to connect them with integrators, usually TC people like paperwork, like all the details, like keeping everything nice and neat and organized. Those people, they are the ones who handle all the real estate transactions in our world. We call them TC. They have those same skill sets as an integrator, right?
Obviously the quality will vary depending on the actual human that you've got in place, but also the volume of transactions that are coming through. There's only so many hours in a day for a permanent person, for somebody who's actually on salary. So what you've got to balance is that integrator, that operator, that TC, call them whatever you want. But actually, if there's a hell of a lot of hands-on work that needs to be done, can they really have the time, as you're suffering, to lift themselves out the weeds and start to look at the plan in the future? You can't expect people to do absolutely everything. Okay, you have to take chunks of the work and give it to the real experts. Mm-hmm. You don't need to pay full time for those real experts. I am really passionate about being able to get the right people in at the right time so that you don't have to pay for it, but they also can spread their risk and work for, multiple organizations at one time.
Right.
I love it. And now I'm having more deal flow so I can actually I'm doing more flips just specifically to pay someone just for that, or paying through, I don't know, like portion of the equity of the flip or.
Yeah. Well, because the nice part about flips is you get a big chunk all at once, as opposed to cash flow where you're getting a little bit all the time. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of like our world is, right? Which one do you want, today money or long-term money? Like which one? But if you want to pay someone, the nice part about what Karen's kind of talking, which I didn't understand this, but this is her world, is that, what if you had a COO or some like super genius who does this amazing project management or analyst or whatever, this big, let's say Google, let's say Microsoft, let's say any of these billion-dollar companies, someone else has trained them, right? They have 20 years, 25 years of experience. They've forgotten more than you ever probably want to learn. And they bring that all to the table. So then they spend 5 hours with you or 2 hours with you, and they can extract and observe in a way that maybe the new operator can't, because they've done, like, it's, all the things because you've done it and you made mistakes.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
But you're bringing that expert, like, it's like I could open a candy store tomorrow and be ready to open. I did that with my restaurant. I opened in 2 weeks. People are like, how'd you do that? I'm like, because I knew what I was doing, because I've done it already. When you bring this kind of expert to, and this is same is true even in the candy store, right? It's like seems silly and little, but like that big thinking cuts out so much time and mistakes, right? It just gets you so quickly on the right track, eliminating. Because here's also part, not only like automating and delegating, but there's probably stuff you should eliminate. And they'll be able to be like, don't do that, right? That's not, and they'll tell you why. Like that you people won't even know until like 5 years later, right? And so, I don't know. I love that idea of bringing in expertise and not having it cost millions of dollars, right? Like as a small business to be able to have access to somebody that maybe works for $1 billion company and to have access to their skills for low investment is amazing. So just my 1% thought.
Yeah.
And also, is that fractional COO or CFO will that person implement, or do I have to bring a person after that, like an integrator to implement the system?
And so that depends on who you get, okay? Because so for instance, me as a fractional, I am an accountant, so I can be a fractional CFO. I'm also a program manager, so I can be a fractional implementer or integrator. I've done an awful lot in retail. I've also done a lot in media and broadcasting, so I can bring all of those different. So most people, this is why I said earlier on, I specialize in unicorns, because I have a lot of people in my world who can do so many different things at the highest level. And if they aren't able to, or don't really want to, because a lot of the people who come in at the COO level will orchestrate what needs to be done, but they'll pull on other people in my team, my community, to be able to say, okay, you now don't need to pay me the big bucks for the few hours that you've got. Now I'll bring in somebody who knows monday.com and they can get it done in 2 or 3 days for you, completely set up. It doesn't appeal to the COO. They don't really want to get their fingers on keyboards to set monday.com. But they can go back into my community, all of the fractional experts that we've collected over the years. And actually, I can throw a monday.com expert at you if that's the thing that you go after first. I can also throw at you a financial analyst if it's like, okay, I just need my spreadsheets. I just need my IRS return sorted. I just need to know when the pinch points are with my cash flow. We'll go, okay, well, we'll leave monday.com for a little while. Okay, that can be next month's project. What we'll do is we'll bring somebody who's really good at setting up cash flow returns and all that type of stuff, and we'll bring those in for this month. So you just, with the COO, you agree what's the big hot topics on your heat map. And if they can't do it or don't want to do it, they'll bring somebody else in from the team. Right. That's the way the model works.
Don't you love it? Because then you don't have somebody on staff that has to be everything like you, right? Like you are visionary. This is your business. So you're invested. But someone you bring on is not going to be invested in the same way. And they're not probably going to ever do the skill things. And here's the other part. That's the kicker, is that you may get them to the place where you want them to be, and then they might want to go somewhere else.
This is that. That's been.
It happens all the time.
It does. And so that's the other perk for fractional, because then, if you and that person don't, let's just say you don't get on well, right? But they did a good job, but you don't want them to be your bestie forever. You can move on to a different one because now the things are fixed. You don't need them forever. You find one that you can grow with. A lot of people do a project with somebody and then they like each other enough. They like the work. And it's like what Pace would call dating, right? It's the JV process. We're not going to partner. We're going to JV for a little while. We're going to do a few projects together. We're going to get through some things to see whether we like each other or not and whether we want to continue. And then you can form. There's a lot of different ways to do that.
There are. I've got clients where I've worked with them for 2 to 3 years now, and literally I have one meeting a month or one meeting a quarter with them just to sort of see. I'm on their personal board. Okay, so it's just you don't want to have a full C-suite. You can't afford a full C-suite, your own board. But if you have a personal board where you've got somebody who just is invested and knows your business because they've helped you fix it, and then they just stay on as that sort of sounding board, as that mentor, but they also understand your business. So therefore, they're not coming at it from a completely cold point of view. They know what your long-term plans are. They can keep you honest. If you start to go down a rabbit hole, they can pull you back and go, "No, that's not what we agreed. That's not what you wanted to." And that's really, really invaluable when you've got that kind of, it's like good cop, bad cop. Somebody who's sitting there saying, "I hear you, but that's not what you said you wanted to do." Okay, are you really going to pivot? Are you really going to go down that, or actually, are we coming back onto the track that we agreed? So that's the way forward.
I love that. And I love
Perfect.
that you're appealing to all of, because you're UX designer, you're organized, like you're appealing to all of Karen's buttons. I am not all those.
You're pressing all my buttons because I love this stuff.
So I mean, what do you think? What do you think, Liuver?
Let's keep talking. Let's talk about that more, because again, I just need that person. I know what I want, right? I have it super clear as a visionary. I just need the person who helped me implement it and actually even improve what I'm thinking what I believe that I want, right?
Right. Yep.
So the improvement comes with, have you thought about agents, AI? Have you thought about the actual automation in the background? Because that's where, so we fix everything, okay? But then when you overlay automation, oh my Lord, everything just goes like on steroids.
Yeah. Actually, I'm fanatic. I'm Manus AI fanatic now. Actually, I'm preparing my taxes with Manus.
Wow.
I have, because of the 13 projects that I have, I'm managing only 9, because actually, no, 11, because one of my contractors, I'm giving the property. So I'm bringing the deal, finding the finances, the lenders, and I'm giving the property to my, an amazing lady. She is a high-end flipper. So that's one of the ways that I'm able to do so many things, because I partner and trust people. So she's doing everything. But on the project that I manage, the bookkeeping is a mess, because I'm doing like 3 to 5 payments a day to each project, to different people. Sometimes the same plumber, like 3 different payments from 3 different projects. So when I'm doing with Manos, I created like a spreadsheet, but I'm sending to Manos the picture of the receipt, and Manos will update.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I don't even have to get the data. I don't even have to type.
You made me think about like how much I pay my account. I pay a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I never thought about having a bot to do it. I don't mean bookkeeping. I mean just all the things. Like that would be, I pay probably 20 grand a year for. I know.
Tracy, I'm an accountant, and that's the first time she's ever shared that figure with me. I would have.
It's like 8 different businesses, and short-term rentals, and mid-term rentals, and houses, and sub-2.
You just need one person who handle Manos. That's it. Manos will do everything, and one person, of course, behind the computer, setting everything. But it's
don't you love
so
the time
cool.
you live in? Oh, it's so,
yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
excited.
God.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well,
I spend all my credits within 5 hours, like looking. I told Manos, hey, because one of my big goals is to raise capital, right? Deal flow is not an issue for me. I have to create systems to raise capital, to create more relationships, to go to bigger fish, IRAs, like go to Paces, Deal Maker, go. I like Fractional, for example, but I know that my deals are more than fractional, right? It's like, yeah, I need to handle. I just have two friends that they sold their companies. They have like $10 million each. They want to invest a portion here in Texas in our deal. So those type of relationships, and I need systems for it.
Oh, absolutely.
So I even told Manos, hey, Manos, find on the Harris County, that's the Houston, Harris County website, on the website, find the second lien positions on the public data. Because again, second lien positions, liens, they are PMLs. And
they did it.
AI they created an API software. They developed a software. And went to it gave me like 15 records, because the website is not built for bulk operations, because they sell those databases, right? So they don't have it public for you to get all the information. So I have to buy it. But again, just by the agent itself creating an API connected to the database, get me those records and skip trace.
Yeah.
those records. He gave me like 15
So,
records.
by the way, Karen, Fractional is an app that's kind of was created by someone in our community that allows for raising of funds. So
Yeah.
versus what you're teaching about Fractional, different Fractional.
I deal with fractional people, but I do know that it's used in a lot of different places to meet
Yes.
different things. Yeah.
Yes. So exactly.
That is super cool software and community because it allows people just with 5K to invest in any deal.
Yes. Yeah.
50%.
You don't have to be accredited and all the things that you wouldn't be. And the part about it is it allows you to bridge learning and investment, right? So if you have 5K, you can even put it on your credit card and then learn about a whole process, go through the whole system. And now you also have the HUD, which shows you have experience, which gets you the next loan or the next deal, without you having to have too much at risk. So it's a really nice, I'm launching the candy store, I think, on that this week. So anyway, but okay. So next steps, Karen, do you want help with a person or do you want to go out and try to find one? Liuver.
No. I'm always
some-
open to
Okay.
work with amazing people. I'm the best. I'm the number one finding better people than myself. I'm proud of it. So that's why we're here.
Well, I think that's really great because what's that? If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You do need to find other people to be able to take you to that next level. And I'm really fortunate over the years. I've got some really great people in my network, on my roster. And yeah, let's have the conversation about what we can do to work together, because I would love to see you get to the next stage where you can go out and do so many of those $10 million deals that actually, we can meet in Miami and you can take me out on the yacht. Okay.
There you go. Right.
Yeah. I will buy you a house. I will buy you a house.
There we
Oh,
go.
now we've got that on record now, Tracy.
We do. It's recorded. How about me? Well, maybe she'll let me stay there. I don't know. No.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for
I will find a room in a co-living for you.
Oh, thanks. What a guy.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming, Liuver. I appreciate you so much. And how can people reach you? Give us like a little, it says there you are. Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, my IG, I'm pretty active in Instagram. I'm starting my YouTube channel, sharing about underwriting, how to analyze deals. I'm sharing a little bit of my journey. Instagram, I'm pretty active. Instagram, Facebook. It's
right.
like
that way if anyone wants to reach out.
Yeah. Liuver.Sanudo. Yes, I'm actually my Mount Everest. Sorry about interrupting you.
Tell me.
My Mount Everest is to build like 1,000 portfolio, huge portfolio of 1,000 units plus, bringing people alongside with me, not just racing I want to be the base, or I want to be my Mount Everest is support everyone's Mount Everest, because I see people, I want to help this community. I want to help this, that. I'm the guy. You will call me and I will find you the deals. I will fix the deals and I will refinance and manage the deals.
I think that's amazing.
I love it. And then we're going to have you back in like 4 months when Karen thinks it's ready to show what happened and how much more you move forward.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will reach out to you. Okay. We'll have a quick call separately to this where we just agree on the next steps. But I think I've already got somebody in mind who would work really, really well with you. Okay.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you, Tracy. I'm excited.
You guys. I'm excited.
How can I add value to you too?
You just did by doing this and by being successful, which will help other people to be successful. You're leading the way. So we appreciate you for that.
Yes. I want to be an example, and anyone can make things happen. I just came here 8 years ago with minus $8,000 in my bank account, for a debt of $8,000.
You are what America's built on. That's the reality.
Literally.
And you know what? I think the fact that you said that you trust people until you, I love that. I really do, because life is too short to be second guessing every single conversation. It's just go in with an open heart and just think, you know what? We're in this together. Okay. Yeah, we're all humans. We're all here to help each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I'm going to reach out.
I'm focusing always on the 80.
I'm going to reach out to you about co-living too. You can help be a mentor.
I don't like to call myself co-living guy. I know that's a popular kid in the playground today.
We're more in Charlotte, so I want to talk to you about it.
Awesome.
So we'll do that.
Yeah, I have 14 that I've been able to but again, my 14 deals, because I focus a lot of micro families. I wasn't calling them micro families. I was calling them micro units. I mean, not micro units, like multi units.
Yeah.
But now I know the power of marketing, so they're called micro families now. I have 12 of those.
I love it.
And I'm
All right. Well, thank you so much again.
Okay.
Sorry for the confusion this morning on the web. This is why Tracy is
No,
not the integrator. This is why Tracy needs to get
Yeah.
out of the way and just put a bot on it.